Hey, this is Headshot Zelt. So I'm going to be showing you part 2 of the 5x5 Mark II tutorial. And so when I hit the lever, it just goes through this XOR gate right here. And it comes over here, and it goes through this. I made this so that it generates a pulse, this pulse generator right here, when it's turned on and when it's turned off, so that way the lever is turned into a pulse when it's turned on and off. That way the door can work. But once that pulse is generated, it comes through here and flips that D flip-flop and flips that into place so that the next time it gets hit, it will go down that path instead of this one. And it comes down here, and this is actually the closed path. So it comes over here, and this is the closing for the bottom 3, and this is the 5 tower extension for the bottom 2 5 towers, and retraction. And then up here is the wiring, just like the kind of raised up shit or stuff. There is the wiring for the top 2 blocks, and those repeaters right there are going to the side 20 blocks, and down here is the open process, and you can see it's going through process for the 5 tower right there. So that's all just getting the timing and repeaters right to go to the right inputs on the towers. And that's all about just like building it, and then you like put levers on there and you go through a manual process. And once you get the manual process down, it's just like a matter of getting the right timing. So as you can see, now that the lever's been hit again, it's gone through the close process. The D flip-flop has been turned off, so now the piston over here is in place, so that the signal will then go through here and go down to the open process there, and yeah, so you can see that it's closed now, but it'll go into that open process, and then it'll come over here up to this 5 tower process on top, and this is the extension and retraction together. And then it'll come over here and do the pull away for the 2 blocks up top, as well as putting the light into place. So and then again, that's all just getting the timing right. And so here's a breaker system. This is what I use for the side 20 blocks. It's I use breakers for it because you can see that the side 20 pull out and move around much faster, and that's because breakers actually allow for a much crisper movement. But I liked how much smaller I could make it using D flip-flops and repeaters and pulses. But I had to use the breakers for that because then it's just like you can see how fast it moves. It's like, and it's a pretty short process, so I thought, considering like the amount it improves it, the space was worth it. But yeah, coming up with like space, this could be condensed like a whole lot more. I don't want to do it. This is already like a 1/6 the size as it was, and you can see it, there's like a bunch of empty space all around, and like all these repeaters are kind of repetitive. Like you probably set it up somehow, so like, yeah, kill those farm animals. Alright, but yeah, you could probably set it up somehow so like you would only need to make 1 repeater track and it'd do all the actions for you. But I don't know how to do that yet. And so yeah, you could probably make it a whole lot smaller than it is again. So maybe I'll release a Mark III at some point, far future, like probably like not even like within a month, because I don't want to have to build this thing again. I like how it is now. The combination lock, feel like that was a pretty cool thing. So like, I watched a video on one and didn't really understand it, so then I decided to try and make my own, and I got like, built the first design, didn't work at all. The second design, it worked, but you could like, yeah, the buttons that set the pistons wouldn't reset the circuit, and they wouldn't be active until you actually had the previous one set. And then the next one actually worked. So, you know, you just have to try until you get it. And you can see that that 5 tower up top moves pretty fast. It moved those 10 blocks into position really fast and then retracted. And so that's like greatly improved over how it is in the first one. And this is how the door pulls the middle blocks away. I'll show that in more detail in the next video, like how all the wiring goes into that, and I'll number them and show you like how you do a manual process to figure out the which order you need them to go in. So yeah, and this is it closing. So you can see that opening usually takes a lot more, and when you close it, you know, it's a easier process to go through because it has to do less. Here's the top opening. So that's pretty fast again. And that's like, that's the same as it was in the first door. It's just sped up. Yeah, some wolves over here. They're friendly wolves, I guess. They're not like attacking. Well, do their job for them. Now, coming back over here, if you hit the lever again, now I'll show you the close process by piston power. So fast again. It's just because it's been improved with instead of having like 12 inputs, it now has like 7 inputs because I like wired multiple things together. So if anything didn't make sense again, just go ahead and leave it in the comments, and I'll go over it in another video. So if you liked the video, go ahead and like it, and click the link for part 3.